A Toronto MP is the first to launch his bid to officially become the new leader of the Ontario Liberals. Here to discuss his decision and vision for what he thinks he can bring to the party is Nate Erskine-Smith. Good morning, Nate. Thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, good morning. Thanks for having me.
I'll start off with how you came to this decision and what the timing was like for you when deciding that you wanted to run.
It's not overly complicated. One answers the question, how do you make the biggest difference with the time you've got? And 10 years ago, with a Liberal Party in third place in need of generational renewal at the federal level, that meant getting involved in federal politics and leaving law. Today, it means leaving federal politics for provincial, and that's where I can make the biggest difference. We've got a track record of getting things done, helping to shape the government's agenda. We've got a track record of doing politics a bit differently, not always agreeing with my own party and being a bit more independent-minded and principled and representing my community with a strong voice, and a track record of building a strong political organization. So it's been a long time coming in some ways. I was saying earlier, I've traveled 55 ridings now, built a strong team all across this province, and we're ready to go.
Ready to go. And this is a big task, though. It can be overwhelming, I guess, when you look at where the Liberal Party was here in Ontario and where it stands now. Still no official party status, two very significant losses, and of course the last leader having to step down because of that loss and not bringing the party enough seats. What do you think it takes, and what are you going to do to revive the party in order to at least make it get to that official party status here in Ontario again?
It is a daunting challenge, but for all the reasons it is daunting, it's also an exciting challenge because we get to build something together. And I've crossed the province, and we are building a team of people who have been longtime Liberals, maybe on the sidelines who are getting involved, but also people who have never been involved in politics. Because the message really is, and there are faults to politics, you cover politics, you know there are faults to politics, it's still the most important way we make a difference in the lives of those around us. And if people want better, I want better, the answer is participation. And there are values we need to speak to around competence, compassion, and integrity, and we need to deliver on the big issues that matter to people all across this province, whether they're in North Bay, whether they're in Windsor, whether they're here in Toronto, and it's education, it's healthcare, it's housing, it's economic opportunity, and it's a sense of compassion for those in need.
Yeah, and that was the next question, really, is some of the bigger issues that you think will be a priority for the next election. But of course, a priority for the Liberal Party. You're going to be talking directly to party members while campaigning again before this election is held in December. And what are some of the main points that you're going to be bringing in terms of what you think Ontarians need to focus on, what the Liberal Party needs to focus on in order to bring more Ontarians to the table?
As a Liberal Party, we have to get back to basics. It's about competence, a strong economic agenda, alongside fairness for those in need, all delivered with honesty and with integrity. On the issues, though, and this is from traveling the province, in every corner of the province, sure, there are unique issues in certain regions, especially in Northern Ontario, but what I've been struck by is how common the issues are. So on education, people want a strong, quality public education system, excellence for their kids. On healthcare, 2 million people don't have access to a family doctor. Mental health and addictions are underserved. Seniors deserve better care. On housing, it's a generational fairness challenge. It's also an economic productivity challenge. People can't afford to live in their communities and in our province, and that's a challenge to our economy.
All right. How do you intend to market yourself to the province at large? Because we know that you've been, since 2015, the MP in Beaches, East York, so you're very well known in the city and in that part of the city particularly. But when you say you've traveled throughout the province, traveling all of these ridings, your team is ready. What are you yourself going to be bringing to the table to, again, get that feeling, the energy back into the party, if you will?
So first, there is an opportunity for real generational renewal and rebuilding this party, bringing new people into the party, making people see politics the way I see it, which is the most important way we can make a difference in the lives of those around us. So there is generational renewal we have to bring in the same way when we saw the federal rebuild 10 years ago. There's that renewal, and there's also just engaging people in the positivity, that what is possible in politics and making a difference. I would say also, though, it's incredibly important that I point to a track record, that I have a track record of help, whether it's serious climate action, whether it's increasing benefits for workers, whether it is saving lives in the opioid crisis. I can run down a long list of how I have helped to shape the government's agenda, all while also doing politics differently, making sure that our politics is about ideas, making sure that there's integrity to politics. People don't trust in politicians at all times, but we can build trust in what we do, the possibility of politics, if we act with integrity.
All right. Nate Erskine-Smith, thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations on launching this bid to become the new Liberal leader here in the province. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks so much. Really appreciate it.